The sheer amount of anime vinyl records we got last year in 2023 was overwhelming to say the least. Multiple publishers and stuff have jumped onto the anime bandwagon when it comes to soundtracks and getting them pressed and stuff like that, which is great. But this is one of those things where it's simultaneously a gift and a curse because, yeah, hey, it's great we're getting more stuff pressed, but my poor wallet, you know? I'm going to go through 60 plus records that came out last year. I struggled to think of like, what's the best way to do this? Categorize them by what movie soundtrack to series to insert songs to, like, there was just so much. I figured I'm just gonna go alphabetical order, rapid fire, get through them. The point of this video is just to make you aware of the stuff that's out there and the stuff that we're gonna be getting this year as well, that we know of so far. Welcome to Music and Anime. My name is Ab, and I've got a lot to get through here. So Ali, or Alien Liberty International. This is, you know, we're talking JJK's Lost in Paradise and Beastar's Wild Side. It's a number of Ali's singles compiled into this one album here. This is not something to listen to while you're trying to be productive because it is distractingly fun to listen to. And yeah, you'll be jamming nonstop, trust me. Next, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, some of you might say, hey, that's not anime. It's fine. Let me have this. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 1. The soundtrack came out. Book 1 is the Book of Water. The record itself, though, I don't know if it's supposed to resemble water or resemble the Avatar state. You let me know which one it is. Could be either or. Either way, it's a win-win. Next, Bleach. This is Volume 1 and the color variants specifically. Now, you mostly think awesome and edgy music when it comes to Bleach and everything, but with this volume, it's surprisingly reminiscent to like anime horror soundtracks of like the 80s and stuff like that. It has that like very similar feel to that, which to me came off as surprising. You know, it was interesting listening to it and isolating it from the sound from the anime, kind of getting those same feelings and stuff like that. Anyway, that one's Bleach. Next, Bloom Into You. If you're a fan of Fullmetal Alchemist or, you know, Godzilla v Mecha Godzilla, it's the same composer. So if you've seen those and thought, hey, this sounds familiar, that's why. Blue Giant. This is composed by Hiromi Uehara, and I love Hiromi Uehara. So hearing that, you know, she was composing music for this series in particular and everything, just the fact that we're getting music by Hiromi in an anime is incredible. I mean, there's definitely some Uehara-isms in the soundtrack, something I was, you know, looking for. There's, you know, the way she plays, you know, stylistically and everything. It's definitely in there. Yeah, she's got a killer rendition of the Cantina band music from Star Wars, and also seeing her play Canon in D years ago when I was younger just blew my mind. And yeah, but anyway, that's Blue Giant. Chainsaw Man. This is the 7th ending song, and I did a little promo thing kind of utilizing the style of that ending song. So I mean, just check it out right here. Definitely getting a copyright claim, but worth it. We are also getting the Chainsaw Man soundtrack by Kensuke Ushio on vinyl. That's up for pre-order now, coming out sometime in May this year. Milan Records is doing some stuff where they're adding an Obi strip to their releases too. This one, they haven't showed images of it yet, but they have said that it's going to be a devilish Obi strip too. So yeah, that'll be fun. The Cyberpunk Edge Runners one, which I mean we'll get to, they showed the Obi strip for that one, or at least someone posted it. And yeah, they're going in on these things. So definitely looking forward to Chainsaw Man. Got my pre-order in. And yeah, let me know if you're waiting for a copy too. Cowboy Bebop. This is the 11 LP box set. And, you know, it's huge. It will not fit in, you know, like these 12 by 12 things. It is massive. Make all the space for it because it is 100% worth it. More Cowboy Bebop. We got Cowboy Bebop Gold, Cosmic Sofa, and Real Folk Blues. Yes, yes, and yes. I'm going to be doing a dedicated video on the Cowboy Bebop stuff. A lot of music to get through, and there's a lot of gold in it. Definitely something to look forward to, you know, in the future. But yeah, next. Creamy Mommy, the Magic Angel 80s J-Pop Hits 40th Anniversary. Rolls right off the tongue. But yeah, Creamy Mommy, that's one of these series where, you know, it's an older series, and, you know, the name is obviously very, like, you know, I mean, come on. You know what I mean? But this is something that the main character even knows sounds a bit odd. They chose that as her stage name, but it's an homage to her parents' food truck called Creamy Crepe, which, you know, they make crepes, and I could definitely go for some right now. Death Note Original Soundtrack 3. This is published by Kana because the very expensive Tiger Lab box set is not the only way to get all 3 volumes on vinyl, which is great. I did reach out to Tiger Lab Vinyl about that price tag. I mean, whether you're okay with paying that or not, it is a hefty price tag and maybe not something we want to see normalized. They did get back to me about giving a response. I'm just waiting on a response, hoping either I can get that to you soon or they just, you know, tell everyone directly on their socials or whatever the case is. But I will say that if you're itching for any kind of Death Note thing on vinyl, Volume 2 I think would be the top pick out of the 3. It has a lot of tracks in it that I think ticks a lot of the boxes that scratches that Death Note itch. Hopefully that's something that helps, and hey, it's at a fraction of the cost too. Dorohedoro, and this is the manga OST. This is one that I didn't know existed until a vinyl drop happened. After having watched the anime and everything, you know, myself, hearing this, it's so fitting with the world of Dorohedoro. Yeah, it's no surprise that folks who were into the manga and everything at the time when this soundtrack release were just like, this is such a perfect pairing to what Dorohedoro is. Something I'd strongly suggest if you like the metal genre and just, you know, very interesting textured, you know, sounds and stuff like that as well. Or if you like leaning your head against a humming guitar amp or something, you know. Anyway, fans of the anime are not left out because the anime soundtrack's getting pressed on vinyl as well this year by Anime Limited. And with a little bit of sorcery, you know, they made it embossed to feel like Kaiman's lizard head too, which is pretty neat. I'm sure it would pair well with some gyoza while you give it a spin too, so yeah. Dr. Stone, in terms of design, this one gets an award from me because it looks a lot like Stone. I've seen some folks, you know, share images of their records and everything, and it is impressively Stone-like the way it looks, so yeah, they nailed it on that one. Earthian, these are the OVA reissues. The original pressings were pressed in the late 80s, and if you like city pop, this is one that you should definitely check out. If you're also a fan of yaoi, that's just a bonus. Speaking of represses, Evangelion Volume 1, I made an entire video on those ones, so check that out if you haven't already. Fist of the North Star Original Songs is another repress, and I don't know much of Fist of the North Star just yet, but hey, there's that one. Galaxy Express 3-9 Symphonic Poem. We're going through a lot of represses right now, but Galaxy Express 3-9, I didn't know how to say 3-9 until after having watched the movie. I have them on Blu-ray and everything, but the theme song, or like the main theme music, the jingle in it, you know, Galaxy Express 3-9 will take you on a journey, a never-ending journey, and everything. It's a neat little jingle, but yeah, just hearing that, you're like, oh, it's 3-9. I've never heard anyone say it and everything. I've been saying, you know, 999 the entire time, but hey, there's that one. More represses, the Ghibli color variants. There are a whole bunch of them. Right, I needed Porco Rosso. I mean, the red to match his plane and everything. Princess Mononoke, because like that forest spirit green. The Ghibli ones, you can't go wrong with any of them. Let me know which one of the color variants you have, or if you have them all or anything. But yeah, I mean, we all know at this point, Joe Hisaishi's music must-haves in collection, but yeah. Some more Ghibli stuff, like a piano collection that was published by Whale Records. It's just solo piano. Ghibli Secret Hideaway, which is an acoustic arrangements album by Rosen. I also did a video on that. Please check that out. I also mentioned Joe Hisaishi's Celebration records in there as well, both the standard releases and the collector's record as well. Moving on from Ghibli, we have Godzilla Singular Point, and this is Anime Limited's pressing of it. The music for this series is by a composer that I'm completely unfamiliar with, but The Awakening of Monsters and Approaching of Monsters. Those tracks are awesome, but my favorite one is Rodon. That one, I'll have it here, but it is cinema. Absolutely amazing. But moving on, Gundam, The Witch from Mercury. I have so much to say about the series. Ugh, God, just episode 0 is how I feel the rest of the series should have been. Episode 0 was so good. They did Suleta's mom dirty at the end, man. She's such an awesome character, and you know, her motivations and stuff like that, you know, man, you know, I don't like it more than I do, but the music is absolutely incredible. Yeah, music is amazing. Also, Sunrise, it's okay for two girls to fall for each other. Not that big a deal. But next one, Gundam Char's Counterattack. This is the movie. This is another repress. This one I think is just a repress done so well. I mean, it's in that red Comet red. You know, the art on the jacket is amazing. One hell of an art piece throughout. You open the entire jacket, Sazabi on one side, a broken down New Gundam on the other. An incredible art piece. And on the inside, the original jacket art as well with the New Gundam and everything. And also the music taking place at the end of this 14-year rivalry between Amidore and, you know, Char Aznavour. But yeah. Hajime no Ippo. This is the best collection by Kana. This is their retro line number 4. Number 1 being Cobra, which also had a box set released by YuYu Records. But anyway, I've yet to watch this series, Hajime no Ippo. It being over 100 episodes, that's incredibly intimidating to jump into. I hear it's nothing but hype. I hear you get really into, you know, the boxing matches and stuff like that. And trust me, I really want to get into the series. It's just tough diving into something with that number of episodes, and I just have to, you know, pull the plug on it and dive into it. We've got Suzume, a repress of Your Name and Weathering with You, the Holy Trinity. Initial D, this is number 3 on Kana's retro line, and we are expecting an Initial D from Tiger Lab Vinyl as well. Don't know what that's going to be in, you know, correspondence to this, or whether it's the same tracks, different tracks. Don't know any of that just yet. But under the genre and style for the soundtrack, it does say it's under electronic and Eurobeat, but while it is that, it's got a wide variety of different stuff as well. You've got some really fun, groovy funk tunes to, you know, some symphonic pieces, solo piano, electric guitar shredding melodies, soulful saxophone, and even like 80s love songs. So yeah, it's pretty varied. I also love that it starts with a revving engine. It's just so fitting. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. This is, I mean, Yugo Kanno, right? Incredible. Obviously, you know, Golden Wind, you'll have the torture dance in there, and yeah, but I love the Pluto soundtrack because Yugo Kanno also made the soundtrack for Pluto. I'm going through the series now. It's amazing. Just episode 1. I really hope we see more of Yugo Kanno's stuff on vinyl, and Pluto being one of them. Kesoku Band, this is music from Bocchi the Rock, and this is like as though the band would really press their music on vinyl. So it's really, really cool. The Little Witch Academia box set, and this is the complete soundtrack, both the series soundtrack and also the OVA, everything of Little Witch Academia. I've fallen in love with this soundtrack, it being like classical, you know, orchestral music and everything. I absolutely love it, and I need it. I really want the Lilac one, but yeah, there you go, Little Witch Academia. We got some more Demon Slayer. This is one of the either opening or ending songs for Demon Slayer. Man with a Mission and Melee, but yes, or is it Millet? Millet? Melee? How do you pronounce that? Anyway, Midachronica's San Francisco. This is a 7-inch vinyl, and this has the final ending song of Samurai Champloo. So the very last episode, that song that plays, that's this song. Definitely must have for, you know, any Samurai Champloo fan. Nana, this is the repress, the black with pink splatter or red splatter or hardly any splatter. I've seen pictures that people shared, and yeah, the mock-up wildly different than the actual result. Other than that, you got to check out this cover of A Little Pain by Juliana. It's absolutely incredible, and I need a full version.
Travel to
Naruto Best Collection. This is the Sakura edition that came out, so it's a pink version of it, the black vinyl release of it as well. These ones have different covers to the original pressings, which also have different covers of Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi. I got my Naruto version signed by Maylee Flanagan, the English voice actor of Naruto, and yeah, I had to write Believe It on there, so Yeah, amazing stuff. Naruto Village Hidden in the Lo-fi. This is one I'm very particular with my lo-fi music. I rarely listen to lo-fi stuff. I'm not too crazy about the sound format and everything, but Rifty Beats is one who just surprises me time and time again. Yeah, the first one was Chocobo and Chill. That one was far more because it was Final Fantasy than anything else. Just the way those melodies are, they're already so just perfect melodies, you know. You don't really got to do much to make them sound good, you know, but Rifty Beats is good stuff. This one though, Naruto Village Hidden in the Lo-fi. I was not expecting it to bop as hard as it did. And I didn't know that lo-fi can bop like this, but yeah, you know, props to Rifty Beats for that. No Game No Life and No Game No Life Zero, I lost the game. One Piece film Red. This is Uta's songs by Otto. It was a big deal at the time that this was coming out. There was that. And also the Repress of Stampede, which is a violet or, you know, like a purple vinyl compared to the blue one that came out originally. I do like the blue one better still because it's that like sea blue, you know. I really want to dive into One Piece, but again, it's one of those series where that number is intimidating, man. It's intimidating. It is. Oshinoko, this is the opening. This is a 7-inch vinyl. Yoasobi, concert ticket prices are kind of nutty. Let me know if you've seen them live or scored a ticket or anything like that. But yeah. Overlord, I believe this is soundtrack 1. I've only seen some of it, and I've heard of a scene where someone takes off Ain's ring and like feels his power and just immediately barfs or something. that's just great. Pokemon, to be a Pokemon master or Hyaku Gojuichi. This is another 7-inch vinyl. This is the Japanese opening for Pokemon. I grew up with the, you know, English Pokemon theme. Gotta catch them all and everything. I do have that 7-inch that was pressed, and yeah, I have a video of a Pokemon video celebrating it. If you'd like to see some of my favorite Pokemon throughout the generations, check that video out. And let me know if you're excited for Pokemon Z to A. I like Mega Evolution, still don't know how I feel about that game though, just where I'm at with Nintendo and the Pokemon company specifically. Anyway, Phoenix, Reminiscence of Flower. The Phoenix movie is one that's always been on my watch list. I want to get it on Blu-ray because there is a Blu-ray release for it. You know, I've been meaning to just like pick it up and dive into it. Knowing there's more to this franchise is just giving me that much more of a pull to get into it. Psychopath, Cutting the Digital Domination. This is an awesome release. When I like Psychopath, these are the openings and endings for the songs. You know, the one with TK and all the other ones. They went in on the packaging with this one. My favorite thing about it though, the inside of the insert is also designed out and everything, and it's an awesome release. ReZero, this is the season 1 soundtrack. I love that it's the same composer who made music for Goblin Slayer and everything, but there's something about ReZero, this series, that I just couldn't get into. It didn't really grab me the way I hear people are into it and everything. And the concept was interesting at first for me. It's just doing all the chores and him kind of being, you know, a little perverted here and there. It wasn't really grasping me. Maybe I stopped watching it right when it gets somewhere or something. I'll pick it back up. I'll try and get through the entire series. Sailor Moon, the 30th anniversary memorial album. So of course, I mean, you gotta have Sailor Moon. I also have the Sailor Wave collection by Macross 8299. You know, if you like your future funk, those are must-haves. SIM's Play Dead. This has Under the Tree and an orchestral version of The Rumbling. That alone to me is something that's worth the price of admission here. We've got the Spy Family Season 1 box set with music by No Name, the same folks who made music for Dorohedoro. And Anime Limited is working on some more Spy Family records as well, so there's that. We've got Gridman and Dynazenon with music by Shiro Sagasu. You know, I like Gridman far more than I like Dynazenon. I'm talking about the anime here, but Dynazenon does have a scene involving a churro that's my favorite thing to come out of this series, or, you know, this franchise here. It's incredible. Let me know if you know the churro scene. I live for stuff like that. Next is the Tomoko bundle of records. Tomoko Love Story OST, the movie soundtrack, and a few of the songs for the series as well. I brought them up in my 5 anime love songs for your heartstrings video. Check that video out. I hear it has quite the intro. Teflon Funk, the dope tape. This came out at the tail end of last year. I gotta shout out Teflon Mateer here, you know, creator of Teflon Funk. This is, of course, a manga-inspired graphic novel that has music paired with it, produced by Fat John, which if you know Fat John, or if you know Samurai Champloo, he produced music for Samurai Champloo. Of course, Fat John is always making music, but to have his music tied to a story yet again, there's something, refreshing about that. There's something that's really, really awesome about it. But check out Teflon Funk if you haven't already. And yeah, the dope tape, that's out now too. We have the Garden of Words 7-inch. This is just the one song. I believe it's an instrumental and karaoke version or something like that. Trigun Stampede. This is the opening and ending pressing that came out. Can we get an original soundtrack release though? I mean, I love the sheer amount of piano that's in it and piano playing in the series as well. Is it Orange? Studio Orange? The same folks who did Beastars or animated Beastars. They did Stampede. They're absolutely killing it. That was amazing. I'm so happy we're getting more from them. More of Trigun stuff as well. Yuru Camp bundled with one of those cheap suitcase players. This is something that just Japan needs to stop doing, or at least sell the record separately too, so it's not tied to just a wildly overpriced bundle that it's not worth that much. And that's how I missed out on Violet Evergarden's 10-inch, but anyway, I did make an arrangement of Violet Snow for piano trio with Pit 10. If you haven't seen my Violet Evergarden video, check that out too. Yeah, a lot of work went into it, and I'm super proud of how that came out. All right, if you stuck with me this long and you made it to the very end, I'm gonna try and do my best Kuwabara impression for these last two.
That was a cheap shot last time, and I was only knocked out for a little bit, okay? Now I'm back, and I'm gonna beat your face up so bad even kittens won't look at you.
Get a load of this, Urameshi, because there's the YuYu Hakusho Best Collection, but aside from that, there's a 25th anniversary single record box. This is a repress, so if you've got the original, you're missing out on the 8th record that comes with this one.
This one. Why does he have a list now? Anyway, goodness, I'm going to tear my vocal cords. But yeah, the 25th anniversary box, those who pick it up the first time only got 7 records, and in the repress, they've added an additional record on here. So you're getting 8 with this box right here. These are all the openings and ending songs for, YuYu Hakusho and everything, and a really nice box set for a 7-inch as well. The one thing I did with this was swap out the sleeves for it, so when I open the box and everything, and I can see every single color disc and everything, which is neat. And those sleeves are just better than the rice paper ones that it originally came with anyway. But yeah, I don't know what the total I have here is, but those are all the records that came out last year that I know of, and I'm still learning of some ones like I did in my love songs video. There's just more out there, guys, and anything that I did miss, anything that you know of that's not on here, let me know in the comments, and we get a list of things that we know are out for us out here trying to get some anime records in their collections. But things that have come out this year or will be coming out this year, hopefully, we have Dragon Ball Z, the best collection, Saint Seiya, which those ones should be out already, Baki, which that one, I'm not sure if it's already out or if it got delayed or something like that, but that one's getting a 3 LP set. Mugen Train, that one's been up for pre-order for a very long time through Aniplex, and I don't know when it's actually getting pressed and going out, but hopefully we get that one. I mentioned Cyberpunk Edge Runners earlier. We got folks who have their hands on it already. I got mine through IGN, actually. I got it through IGN just because I was curious how their process would be, or just dealing with them with that. Anyway, more on Cyberpunk though. I really want to stay at your house. Cyberpunk has a couple records out for the video game soundtracks, and Radio 2 has I Really Want to Stay at Your House on it. We have My Hero Academia Season 6 coming out in sometime May. Toradora, the best album. The price on that thing, my goodness, over $100 for like 12 tracks. I understand it's Toradora, but my goodness, like, really? Prescription for Sleep, Attack on Titan. If you like the sounds of saxophone from, Metal Gear Solid and Bayonetta, this definitely takes a more relaxed approach to tracks of Attack on Titan. I don't want to fall asleep while having a record spinning, but that might be the one to do it. Monster is one that I cannot wait to have in. I pre-ordered mine forever ago through like FNAC. Black Screen Records put up pre-orders recently as well, but yeah, if you want some more from that composer, Kowloon's Gate is also some music that they made and got pressed on vinyl in 2018, I believe. That's a video game soundtrack though, and that video game, it's the stuff of nightmares, really. We should be getting Fairy Tail and Steins Gate. Very okay vinyl doing Steins Gate right there. I pre-ordered those as well. It's the music from the visual novels. The music's composed by the same composer, and a lot of those tracks they use in the anime as well. Naruto, the symphonic experience, which is, orchestral or, symphonic versions of music from Naruto, which also coming out on vinyl. And Summer Wars is one that just got announced, dropped for pre-order today as I'm recording this. Like, it's non-stop with this stuff. Again, a gift and a curse. Aside from those, we're getting Devilman Crybaby and maybe some Kill la Kill from Milan Records, Evangelion stuff, since they can press all of those. Hoping we get the Pianoforte album. We just got Death Parade, which... Death Parade from Tiger Lab vinyl. There are 2 tracks on my side A that are either warped or something. It legitimately had me contemplating whether my motor was slow or not. And I was so confused because I haven't played something off of my main setup in a while. And so I heard like the way the piano kind of sounds like wiggly or something when it's just either slightly slow or something like that. And I legitimately thought that, whoa, maybe my motor got slow or something like that. So I played another record, Piano Collections album that I have that I know sounds good and I know I've heard before and stuff like that. That one sounded just fine. Yeah, it's just those 2 tracks on side A that are either messed up or something. I don't know what is going on with that. Everything else on Death Parade though sounded great, sounded good. It's just those 2 tracks on side A that, yeah. So I would be hard pressed to get Death Parade, and it sucks because I was, really excited about it. But anyway, there's that. The last one on here though, Constancy Roa. This is a Kickstarter thing. It did, meet its goal and everything. We are getting a vinyl pressing. Very okay vinyl is publishing that. And I really want to see this through. And it being a Kickstarter thing, even though their goal is to have things out a year, after they've succeeded in their campaign, it could go on longer than that and everything. Just to be mindful that that date could change. That is enough for me in this video. That is so much going on here. And, yeah, I mean, let me know any of these that you have in your collections. If you also found that last year's was overwhelming, if you're feeling that same bit of overwhelmness with the amount of releases we're getting this year. Whew, am I right? Anyway, keep on listening to the music that make all of these anime so great. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.